it's interesting because you mentioned bands, and I think in a sort of a band situation, there may be more of that kind of here's the music, now go write lyrics to it kind of thing. So I
Yeah,
think, have you done that as well, like in bands and so on?
I have. But I always feel like I can only speak from personal experience, but the times that the music and the lyric writing is very separate, I noticed the times when I was writing words, I was writing more from a persona. It was hard for me to be super direct and personal and honest in that format because it's more at that point about serving what the song is. And so I'm trying to usually find a persona to go with the song. And I'm like, well, this is all very kind of upbeat, and I'm already responding to what's there. Um,
Mhm.
but I can say I've been the most satisfied when it's the other way around. When there's a concept or a driving force, and it gives me something to work towards, and then when
Mhm.
I find it, it's really satisfying and very exciting. The other one feels like happenstance, and then I just kind of made something up to go with it. It doesn't feel as glued together or as intrinsic. So um, I've done it, but I clearly don't do it a lot, and I think it's just because of that satisfaction problem. I never feel that happy with the result. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things that stand out to me the most about your songs in general is that they do feel glued together a lot. Like I don't know if it's that obvious, but when you put your when you say it, it makes a lot of sense. Like you get something like a pound of flesh, which is very sort of driving, and I feel like the story in that is very driving as well, and it has this sort of pace. And then there are sort of more reflective songs where the music is also more reflective.
Right. And I think there's I don't think there's any right way to do anything. I think to me, there's only two things to ever pay attention to if you're making art, and it's if it's effective to you first and foremost. Like, do I feel like this expresses what I'm trying to do? And uh, and then otherwise, it's there's something about to me when all of the elements feel purposeful. Like even musically, like it can be, why are you adding that sound there? And I'm like, well, oftentimes in the lyrics there's a clue. I'm talking about this thing, and so I needed a drum or something that resembled to me a high heart rate because this is someone about to do something that is a lot of adrenaline. So I want a heartbeat in there somehow. It could be a bass, it could be like something's going to get across this like beating heart feeling. And once I find the object, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I liked it on this just drum being this really steady, aggressive thing. And it's relentless, like your heart just won't stop.
Mm.
So to me, when all those elements are infused, it then gives you, I don't know, there's something about it being symbiotic, which is how it helps me feel like it all has meaning and it's finished. And if I feel like I've just added things for um, just problem solving. Like when you work on a song and sometimes there's an issue with just the arrangement. It's just not very interesting. And so you just start adding sounds because you're like, it needs something. And then you might find a sound that's kind of cool and works okay. But I'm never that happy with that song. Like every time I've done that, where I just kind of like, I don't know, try a synthesizer, I guess. Like I never feel like I really finished the song. I feel like I made it work well enough and I quit. So I really like it when it's a feedback loop. The lyrics, the arrangements, the melodies all feel like they're related to each other.